Hey, welcome to my 3D stuff. Looks like this is Wesley. We're going for Bánh Xèo tonight. Look like we're alone tonight. Erica's got a little sick, so she's not going to come. And I kept Scott up talking after our last episode, just calling me very late into the night for him. It's afternoon for me, but he's not going to make it. All right, we stopped for a minute. That should make it easy to put that in. I don't know if we want the whole ride here, but I think the riding on the bike segment for fun, so we do them. Okay, anyway, well, we're supposed to be going for a place that sells fun sales. I realize I've done 2 food episodes in one day, but you know what? We were committed to it, so we're going to do it. The problem is, it's not here. He probably got a place on the map, and it's a lovely looking coffee shop, but that's not what we were looking for. Hot tub cafe, but cute. I like that. Also not what we were looking for. Food. Somewhat. Don't know whether to go down this one or the other. Let's go down the other street and see. There's stuff on the other side too. I mean, there's lots of stuff around here. We starved for something to do. Or starved at all. Plenty of food. When I say something to do, I actually just mean food. Okay, horses are all to it. Close to a lot tower. A lot center, whatever it's called. I guess this is just a coffee shop, but it's so cute. It looks like a diner or something. Like a diner. Well, Erica was supposed to join tonight, but we have done Bánh Xèo before, so she's not really missing anything. And also, we may not find Bánh Xèo. I'm actually okay if we don't. I'm down to go where there's something. Probably not something new. I've been here for a while now, so I doubt we will run into something new. Chicken coop. Okay. See light from the far end. We're gonna head down there and see if there's anything interesting. Otherwise, I think we'll probably come back across the street. There were other things on that side. I don't know what I'm looking for. If we didn't find the place that we wanted, but we can just look and see what people are happy. Old Chai, Cha Hong Pao, new style Chinese, the main street, so it goes on. Certainly explore it, but I haven't eaten, so I am looking for food. Just drinks. Nothing else cheap like this. We won't find our way back. This is interesting. We'll keep going. I said before, these alleys are the coolest part about Hanoi. And they're not really alleys, they're just a small street. Like in most American I can't help but think alleys, call them alleys, because they're small, but that's not what really makes an alley. Fun time, okay, we got some food up there. I'm kind of steering away from the main road because that's less interesting than all this. Although we have steered far enough away now. So that's a good corner to remember. The food looked good, but I'm also quite interested in exploring this area more. The main road is one I've been up and down a zillion times for work, going to classes. But I've never explored these side streets. Boom, mom, koto. Huh, that I'm kind of waiting for one that's just the right level of beauty, like you can get in. The ones that look nice and neat, but don't have any customers. Like, of course, it doesn't necessarily mean they're bad because there's just a lot of options here. The new house. Some streets are empty enough. I opt not to go down. You know, these alleys are really cool, and when they're it's plenty of commercial. You know, you feel like okay, that's definitely a place it's fine to be because it's commercial. And many commercial districts that don't want people in them. But you can quickly go around the corner and be in someone's residential street, and while there's nothing inherently wrong with that, we're not to invade people's privacy too much. Walking down a public street is okay. Here's one. Lots of people here. Exactly what I was asking for, but also no empty seats. Except inside. I don't want to sit inside. Get an A+ on navigation. Even though I had actually given up on finding my way back to it, but I did. I found it. There you go. That's where we started. Now let's go across the street. Looks like there's some food over there. Pate cotton. I don't know what that is, but I love pate. This way. Some Mongolia. Been going crazy about Japanese food lately. Ever since we did a couple of episodes in Japantown, I'm all wanting to eat Japanese food. Rice place. This is all for this Japanese place. How much you dim sum? Although it implies it's Taiwanese dim sum, then it was paid. It's popular. All that. Wait, I'm gonna tell you. Little way. That's always a good option. Don't think we've done it. Saipan Empire. Then there's also this one up here, and I see it many times. I've been very curious to try it. Called Twin and Roll. So like this is what we should do. Although I don't know if we can get a good view. It's inside, so you won't be seeing a cool outdoor seating from Vietnam or something. Okay, let's try it. Where's the entrance? I always assumed it was right here. It's right on the corner of this major street, so I always assumed where you walked in. I have no idea how to go up in there. That will remain a mystery. Walking. You guys are probably getting wind noise, and I'm so sorry, but it's just a little breezy tonight. Doesn't take much for these microphones that I got. I do have one with wind resistant, but I didn't bring it because I was hoping Erica would be able to come. And unfortunately, she was not. Barbecue chicken place and Popeyes. This one is a Taiwanese tea place. Say it's a milk tea place. They got all kinds of different options of milk tea among them. This is when I plan out exactly where I'm going to eat when we do these because I'm terrible for options paralysis. There's just so much, so many different options, and I don't really leave the house enough, so I don't end up trying any. So when I finally do go out, I'm like, oh, there's so many things. I can do anything. Oh, but it's not a coffee shop. It's lovely, but not eat. I don't get my coffee. I'm not a big fan of hot pot, and I hate that because it's a very popular way to spend the evening. Quite the kindergarten. Wow, like the pocket. More hot pot. Over here. Dang Nguyen. Kept pointing up for some reason. It's all hot. String of plates. I don't hate hot pot, but I certainly don't want to eat it by myself. We did one episode like that, just so I could show Erica and Scott what it is. And that's enough for me. Unless I'm going with a group that wants to do it, not really for me. Oh, I don't want to spend another stream talking about this, but I just have to mention if you watch the other episode that you and her different, of course, we just started late. But I was trying to get my hair cut before we started the recording. And I go in like with half an hour to spare to the barber shop, and I'm like, and I tell them, I got to be done by 11. He's like, oh, okay. He didn't really like agree to it, but I wasn't really giving him an option. I was just saying I need to be done by then. He would agree, or at least acknowledge his understanding. And he was so slow. Nice guy, nothing bad about him, except he was just so slow. It took an hour later. And I messaging Scott, like, I'll be there as soon as he gets done. An hour later, he was still piddling around with trying to shave my neck, and I finally just told him, wipe everything off. You guys been waiting on me half a freaking hour here. I just had to go without the neck shaving, and I paid and left. And I just had to, like, all of a sudden go, yeah, that's it. I can't sit here anymore. And it was just excruciating, too, because every little thing he was doing was just the slowest way to do it. Because I told Scott he was taking out a ruler and measuring the hair on the side of my head. And like, what are you doing? I've never seen a barber measure the length of hair. It's crazy. Finally, just like, no, that's kind of it. That's all I've got for you. I don't have any more time to do this. And I don't usually like time my barber visits, but I've never had a barber take more time than they needed to do it because that's money for them, right? Like they want to finish. Usually it's the reverse. You like take your time, make sure you get it right. But I was just sitting there watching him doing like he put clips in my hair. He put like 57 clips in my hair to hold it up for whatever reason. I didn't even know why. He kept pulling them out. That obviously is an exaggeration, but a lot. He put a lot in there, and I'm just like, why are you doing this? I can see putting a couple in, to keep the hair to the side, but no, he was like every hair has to be out of the way. And of course, predictably, it doesn't look that good. He was super slow, and he was new. This is the thing. I've been going to that barbershop for a while. Oh wow, it caught something. I guess I can't zoom in. I guess it's just dessert, coffee, chocolate, matcha, Oreo. Well, I'm trying to find a way down to the lake too before I start talking about it. This is a pretty cool little lake. Um, this is one of the things I have mentioned about working here. The companies that hire foreign teachers for schools, they're not really maximizing their location, worsening all of the negatives of living in a place like Hanoi, like it's a big city and there's lots of traffic, and they are completely eliminating any benefit. No wonder they can't get people to stay. Hanoi, as I'm sure you're aware, is a big city. Traffic, pollution, and crime here. Like not compared to Western, like part of the United States anyway. There's so there's some of the negatives of living in a big city for sure, but there's also a lot of positives here, and the schools just make it so that it's not of much benefit. I would say one of the big positives is the neighborhood. Different neighborhoods have a lot of character. A lot of the city is like this, like there's just hidden little lake. Well, this isn't too little of the Chantal Lake. It's just a spot in floodplain where there's a depression and you get a little lake. It's not like there's a river flowing into and out of it. It could be some sort of flowing water, I suppose. It would be underground. I doubt there's anything on top flowing today. But these are great. These really make a nice neighborhood. I'm particularly looking over at this strip of businesses where you undoubtedly have a string of restaurants and Bia Hoys. Bars aren't terribly popular here, but Bia Hoys and cafes and little stuff like that. It's right on the lake. The lake it's always nice. You got a nice. I imagine what we're walking on here goes underwater when the water level is high. But as long as it's not, you've got a nice little walkway all the way around the lake. Some of them have been modernized where these sorts of walkways have been elevated. And so you can always walk around it. And it makes the lake a little nicer too. Anyway, stuff like this is super nice. And this is a nice area too. You can see the lot center is not far away. So plenty of buildings. Um, I'm not sure how close we are to any of the schools of the company that I work for, but I'm sure this is an area that has plenty of schools. And they don't, so most of them don't look for teachers and put them in the neighborhood where the school is, even though the neighborhoods are quite nice. Like one of the big advantages of living in Shenzhen, the small town in China that I lived in, was that it was a small town. You know, it didn't have all the negatives of a big city, and so people enjoyed it. And it was kind of a bizarre phenomenon. I guess I was talking about the town. Yeah, there was a small town. It's probably smaller than they probably had more foreigners per capita in Shenzhen than you'll ever find anywhere else in China. And the reason is because the town was not small. I keep calling it a town by our standards in the U.S., but it certainly was in China. There were about 500,000 people in the city and 5 million in the core. I mean, and 5 million in the what we would call the metro, although the terms don't really translate into Chinese cities because they're just laid out differently. Without going too far into that, it was about the size of Atlanta, Georgia, which is big to us but not to them. So anyway, one of the schools in town had just gotten some British workers, teachers, who were quite helpful, and to the credit of the lady that ran the school, she let them help. You know, I've worked at so many different schools where you try and tell the owner or teachers or anybody something that you know. I know everything about how to run a school, and I don't know everything about China for sure. They know more than I do, but I do know something. That one of the things the guy was helping them with was how to get more teachers. He's like, look, here's the things you do to attract and retain teachers to help your school. And she listened to him and got her a slew of teachers. This was a school where usually, even here where I work, where there are actually a ton of foreigners, they split the classes between foreign teachers and Vietnamese teachers. And the school didn't have to. They had all foreign teachers, and it attracted a lot of students to her school. She did really good business because she listened to it. Now, that very well may be because he was especially fluent in Mandarin, which helped out, and he was wise enough to know that he was not the expert in Chinese business or being Chinese, so he wasn't trying to advise her on stuff like that. He was just telling her, look, if you want to keep teachers, you want to attract teachers, do this. You want to keep teachers, do that. And they basically had a chain effect of like the teachers that were there would contact their friends back in England and go, this place is great. This is tons of fun. This is amazing. Come on out and, you know, partake. They're looking for more teachers. So she was constantly getting new teachers. And that's one of the reasons I never worked for her. She had so many, she didn't have to negotiate on contract. And I was like, yeah. I mean, if she had a perfect contract, I wouldn't have wanted to negotiate, but it wasn't. So on a few points, I'm like, no, how about this, and no, not willing to negotiate. Like, okay, well, in that case, enjoy your other teachers. But it wasn't just British. She was able to attract American teachers. Just did it smartly. And I'll go ahead and give away what the secret was. She made it an enjoyable experience. He helped her realize she didn't have to offer huge amounts of money. That wasn't what was attracting people in the first place. They were never going to offer more than what these college graduates, and you have to be a college graduate to teach, than what they could get by going back to England and getting a job. And so she stopped. I mean, she offered standard, but not more than average pay. But she made the experience fun and interesting. She would take them out places to see things, like parks around the province, and take them out to dinners and just, treat them generally good. And I gotta say that made a huge difference for me when I first started going there. I didn't need to go on, trips to national parks and stuff, but when I go to work for a school and they shuffle you into a room and say, here's your class, teach it, and they're done with you, then I know I'm not really being treated like a valued employee or like a valued anything. And so she would make sure she didn't know. And the schools that I've worked for, where you get there and they're like, all right, put your stuff down right here, and we're all going out to a big dinner to celebrate your arrival. I'm like, okay, that's the way you treat a valued employee. Although, to be honest, I mean, that's just Chinese culture. That's not, they're not thinking in terms of employee. They're thinking in terms of, I have a guest here. If you don't get at least that when you're working for someone, especially if you're a person across the planet to go to work for them, then, it's a pretty good hint that they don't really give a shit that you're there. And that's not a good sign. And that, I don't mean not Vietnam at all. I think that has more to do with this being a big city, but I have not gotten treated well at any school that I work for here. I suspect again that it would be different if I went to a smaller town. Hong Kong's a cool little strip. I failed to see the enormous bike parking lot from the other side. I think I'm going after Bia Hơi. Cool strip. I like that. It kind of goes along with what I was just saying. If you lived in this area and an apartment, you didn't have to be right on the lake, but an apartment in the area, this would be a great little strip to come to in the evening. Drink and enjoy your time. And it's shading over here on the Bia Hơi. Off to the side, maybe. Get him up.
Hello? Oh no, I've done something wrong probably. Hello? Hello?
All right. Are you there?
Oh, yes. I was about to
Yay.
send, I'm on here. I can't hear, but I also can't see, and I couldn't type it because I can't see what I'm typing. That's why and I know that you're a little bit blurry, but that's just because of the way it looks until you like edit it and everything's all done. So I'm like, oh my God, is it my eye? I'm
No,
putting
no, it does the
oh
recording, so I just use the recording for the yeah, so it gets blurry sometimes. 4 minutes. How have we only been doing this for 4 minutes?
wait, haven't you been on for an hour?
Let's hope that. Oh well, if it's not, it's not. Um, so so how are you? How are you? You were.
Oh my God, I'm just pissed and I'm like I made it to where I can see better out of my right eye and I'm putting stuff on my left eye. I'm just so mad. I'm so mad because this is just not normal. I need this to not happen. And
Right.
the thing is that I know that this happens to other people. And
Yeah.
when you see little commercials about this crap, you're like, ah, whatever. And when it does happen, you're like, oh shit, that is bad. You guys were right.
You've seen commercials about this?
Yeah, dry eye disease is like extremely common, especially because people use screens all the time. So people actually blinking less. Mine is hormonal related plus age plus using the screen all the time. But you have these glands, like I said before, like that lubricate your eye, right? And they keep your tear film on your eye. So it's like a lipid bilayer on your and that comes out of these little glands in your eyelids, right? But if you have pruritus, which is inflammation of your eyelids that can come from various things, that traps the stuff in the glands and it doesn't come out right. It's not, it gets too thick. And then also there are people that don't produce enough tears, but the main deal though is the thing I'm talking about. It's like 80% of the people that have dry eye have something wrong with their meibomian. Now here's the fun
Erica,
part. For this,
finally, fi- finally, we have something that Donald Trump is trying to help with. He's trying to make people produce a lot more tears.
well, mission fucking accomplished
Come
for that.
on. I said, working from home.
Uh,
I won't be a home.
I love that Bia is like if Lois tells Peter,
Yep.
yeah, you want Bia?
that uh earlier, just a few minutes ago, I was like, I love that it's so easy for us. You can feel like,
That's the only one I'll get right for there. Oh,
yeah,
okay. So, like, I'm wondering if you can help me with the drops that I need. You might be able to get them there. I know that they are available in Europe, in Australia, and Israel. And guess what? The
uh-huh.
drops that are like supposed to be really very helpful, like more so than the other ones that are on the market here now. They're by prescription here as of 2023. I was hoping by now they would be cheaper, but they're not.
Hmm.
But then I find out online, oh, they're $750, by the way, for the drops. Okay, so
Okay.
that's obviously not going to happen. But guess how much they are in Israel, in Europe, and Australia?
How much?
$25. And they've been available since 2015. They're over the counter there, but they're prescription here and they cost a shit ton. So Tana asked her German friend to get them for me and send them. And she was like, "Will it be a lot with the tariffs?" I was like, "It's not gonna be $750 a lot." So even if it was like 100, the tariffs, I could get like a few bottles, then it would be worth it. Speaking of the
Eric,
tariffs, though, that's from Fatty Arbuckle, old orange shit stain.
I told you he was trying to.
He is. I don't know. He also helps with bulimia, probably because he makes everybody else vomit. I'm sure.
Wait, does that help with bulimia? I mean, I think that is
I mean, well, I
bulimia.
mean, they do want to vomit. Like you actually, though, you eat and then
You
you
do want
vomit,
to
so binge and purge. That would be
vomit.
effective because I love food and then I vomit, so that'll work.
Yeah. He makes you want to vomit even if you haven't eaten.
No kidding. Who needs GLP-1 drugs when you have Trump in office? And what people don't understand is they're like, well, we're going to blah, blah, blah. I'm like, you understand that the other people that are running this shit behind the scenes are not him. They are the disease and he is a symptom. His cult is the disease. He is a symptom. So no,
Oh, right. Yeah, yeah.
oh, but I've got I've got to put this. Hold on, let me put this thingy on my eye. So, did you
Send
already
me.
eat? Or are you waiting? Did you already eat? Now you're eating your beer.
Are you? Would you like to see my food? I usually show the food, and I was just like, yeah, I don't know if we're gonna do it this time. I'm just eating French fries and some fried rice.
Oh yes, let me look. Hold on.
I have to, I have to.
Why does it?
I know I love to do, and then see if we can spin the beater. Okay, good. Are you seeing food now?
I see some
Whoa!
French fries and some sauce, and I see a little bowl with a spoon. Okay, what's that over there
Well,
in the other bowl?
that is according to whether or not I can get the gimbal to stand up. Stand up for yourself, gimbal.
I'm going to grab my delivery food off the front porch here,
Okay.
and I hope that nobody's outside here because I'm having a robe on and I'm not. Get away from the door. Go.
All right. All right, I'm going to trust that you can see what I'm eating. Now, this is not an elaborate meal, but since we do this regularly, it's always good to practice. Like, I don't know. This is the Bia Hơi version of French fries. These are sweet potato fries and the spicy. Um,
I love sweet potato fries.
I do too. So I saw them, I'm like, yum. Now these are yellow. I think they are sweet potatoes though.
Yeah.
Sometimes sweet potatoes and yams translate wrong because we call sweet potatoes yam.
Yeah, they're definitely different.
They are very different. Yeah, but we don't have yam.
I'm gonna eat the crap out of the cats. I'm trying to grab my food from the freaking door, and these cats keep on looming around, trying to run outside. They're like, "We want to die."
Oh, because you're gonna kill them.
No, because if they get outside, you know how people are with cats in every, like, especially this country. I don't know about other countries. They kill them.
Yeah, you do. You're right.
And if anyone's listening, your cats don't belong outside. They're domesticated. And when you let them out, they also screw up the whole ecosystem and kill a shit ton of birds. But, whatever. But, yeah, the people that do that, though, like, if they were naturally, if they found a cat and it's already been an outdoor cat, you really can't put it back in. But if you get a kitten and then you start letting it outside, that's because you don't want to scoop a litter box and you don't want to do stuff to take care of it inside. You're just like, it's not even a pet, it's an acquaintance. Let me move my little, how do I change my little black? Oh, there it goes. Okay, I can wait. My E
You see it?
thing, my little box here is over it. Okay, now I can see it.
Mm.
Okay, so why are they yellow though?
Why are what?
The things there, why are they yellow?
Oh, there's just a type of sweet potato they are. Um,
Okay, it's like the ones that I've gotten at the market over here.
okay, yeah.
I mean, well, I've seen them before. I just didn't know if they like specifically did something with them or if it was just the natural
No,
innards of
no,
the
there's just
tater.
different colors.
But
The
yeah,
ones that
there's definitely a difference between yams and sweet taters.
yeah, yeah, these are sweet potatoes. They're just a different color. There's a lot of different colors. In China, the most popular kind of sweet potato I found was purple. They're purple sweet potatoes, and they're very small.
Yes. Guess what? I have a big bag of them in the kitchen. I've got
Nice.
organic purple sweet potatoes. Did I not send you my sweet potato bars that I made?
Sweet potato bars?
I,
I don't think you
I
said.
thought I said, yeah. I was going to try and make these little mini purple sweet potato pies, right? Crustless purple sweet
Mm-hmm.
potato pie. So I mixed
Mm-hmm.
all of the spices and a little bit of sugar and a little bit of butter. Actually, I used ghee. But anyway, I used just
Oh
the
yeah.
right amount to where it would be for each slice of the pie, it was going to be 120 calories. So when I mixed it all up, I put it in the air fryer, cooked it up. It made it into the consistency of brownies, but it was purple sweet potatoes. So if you eat one of those each, I made it where it could be 140 calories each, even if you use a little bit of real butter in the whole thing. I didn't send you that. It was purple sweet potatoes. Oh my God. That's like one of my favorite things I've ever done. So that's in heavy rotation on the eating schedule there. But yeah, purple sweet potatoes. I got them at the Asian market over here.
Nice.
They have them at Wegmans also, but they're like double the price there because it's not as common. And also Wegmans just does the crap like that. But if you get them at the Asian market, they're only like, I think they're like half of the cost. It's not a lot. I mean, it's not like you're buying grass-fed beef or something. But uh, yeah, they're also very good. They have a earthier, nuttier flavor, and the ones that they make the fries out of here are the orange ones. And they serve them often with cinnamon and sugar, which I don't want that. I get it why people do that, but like I eat it savory with honey mustard.
Yeah, that's actually kind of weird to me. They serve these with tongue, which is the spicy sauce.
Yeah, that'd be tasty too. Yeah. Any other I
It
just
is very
don't
good.
want sweet stuff on my fried sweet potatoes like that. But if it's a whole sweet potato and I'm gonna eat it like a baked one, then yeah, I'll put my sugar and stuff on it.
You put sugar on baked potatoes?
On sweet potato.
Oh,
On
on
only
a
if
baked
I do a
sweet
baked
potato.
sweet potato, I do
Baked sweet. Okay.
a teaspoon of brown sugar, a teaspoon of regular sugar, some cinnamon, and probably like one little dollop of mascarpone cheese, but it's really like
Uh huh.
cream. Or put creme fraiche on there
Uh huh.
and whip that around the sucker, and it's good. But since I'm pre-making
Mascarpone.
most of my food, I make those sweet potato bars. I'm going to send you a picture of that. I'm very proud of those. You'll see how purple they are. And they don't have a crust. You don't even have to have a crust on them. They taste good. Jacob was like, "Wow, it's actually tasty." I'm like, "Oh, you didn't expect it to be because it's healthy, you turd."
Good.
Let me see if I can. That was a while back. I thought I shared it with you. It must have just been like the
I mean, you
kid.
might
Now
have.
maybe I
If I see the picture, it might trigger the memory, but I can't think of it now.
No, I might not have, but in my head, I've shared everything with you. Like, I'm like, oh, I got to show Wesley. And then I might have saved the picture and set it aside and then forgot, which
Yeah,
I
I do
do
that.
frequently. I have so many pictures.
Right.
Yeah, right. Like, do you have like a whole bunch of pictures and links saved? Because I do.
That's why when I shut down my browser, it says you're closing in 100 tabs. I'm
Yes.
like, what?
I like how the computer asks you if you're sure that you want to do it. I don't know, I
It's like,
guess.
I
Now I got to
mean,
find out
the
where
reason is
it is.
because it opens them all back up when I go back. So I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to close them and I open it back up. So don't worry.
Now I
At
got to
no
figure
point
out
will
where
it
it's
be
gone
closed.
to. Oh my goodness. Okay. Where did I save that? Oh my God. I sent it. Oh, there it is. I got it. I'm going to send this to there. Um, Basically, I cut them into bars. So they're almost like double the size of like what do you call it? A French toast stick, right? And I put sugar-free Cool Whip at the top of it, or I put it on the side to dip them in it. But each bar is 120 to 140 calories. And that's really good because pretty much one bar can do it for a snack, but even if you had two, that's still way less than a slice of regular pie with crust and, all the stuff. But here, let me send you. Where are you? Dang it. I gotta send it in Discord. Would you be able to look at it in that? I don't know how to send it on here.
Oh, no, I'm going to look at it right now. But I can look at it when we're finished. So
Then
you
how
can
do I send that? There it is. Okay, there. So, speaking of foods and stuff, right now I'm having a McDonald's scrambled egg. It's just one of them, and then I'm gonna have one egg bite from Starbucks. It's Gruyere cheese and bacon, just one of them, and spinach and feta egg wrap.
grab.
Mm. It's a whole wheat tortilla wrapped around spinach and egg whites with feta cheese. And Jacob should be here now, but he's still at work. And that means a very long time he's been at work because he clocked in yesterday at 6. So he's been there for, what is that, 14 and a half hours?
Holy shit.
Yep.
Is that his choice?
We're taking all of his overtime and putting it into savings. Well, I'm taking parts of it. And I paid off almost all the credit cards. Now we only have like 1,200 left in credit card.
No.
But the um, if they give him what I've calculated for the next check, there should be enough to have possibly a down payment or closing costs and something. But it all depends on what kind of program we use over here to get something. There it is. Yum. Oh my goodness. These freaking egg bites are good. Get down. Oh no, I ordered Starbucks and McDonald's. Okay, the spinach and feta and egg white wrap is from Starbucks, along with
Oh
these
yeah, that sounds.
the Gruyere and bacon egg bites.
Yeah.
I found these egg bites at Costco though, and I'll be getting these from there from now on. For right now, I didn't because I was lazy and can't see out of my freaking left eye.
Mm.
Stop.
Is it only one? Is it only one that's giving you trouble? Is there only one eye that's giving you trouble?
Well, both of them do, but one of them, I think I fiddled with it too much,
I mean,
and it caused it to swell up more. But one is always worse than the other, but both of them are messed up, right? Like both of them are dry eye, blah blah. If I could get that little treatment and those eye drops, I'm hoping those eye drops work. It was okay for just a smidge, but like I said, hormones and your cycle. Well, you don't have a cycle. Men are lucky with that.
yeah, the our big advantage.
Well, if men had a cycle, then all this shit wouldn't even be happening. They would already cure this shit now. This is the first time a guy had a period cramp. They'd be like, "Oh, this gotta end."
Well, that's it. We don't have any more of that. It's test tube babies from here on out.
You know what's been in my head?
What?
I'm a prom night dancer, baby. No,
I saw that
no,
online
that
the other
had
day.
been. Was that on Family Guy? It was on Family Guy, right?
Yeah,
Not
it had to be
American Dad.
Family Guy.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was Family Guy. Yeah, because I was watching it the other day. The setup was Family Guy.
No. No. Stop. Mm-mm-mm.
Are you asking me to stop?
Oh no, the cats that are over here begging me. One of the funniest thing that the cats do is that they'll put like one little paw out and touch your leg, like, please, I'm starving.
I always thought it was them saying, "Hey, hey, are you noticing me? Are you noticing me? All right, here waiting for the food.
They got this little
Here I am."
urgent look in their eye, like, please, if you do not feed me this now, I shall perish. I'm gonna give them a bite, but they're gonna learn to wait until I'm done with what I'm doing, or they will get a bite. Now we're going to give Jacob all of these hash browns. I actually got full off of part of what I just ate, so I don't need to eat the whole amount. That's good. Oh yeah. I don't even know if I talked to you that I went to my doctor. Did I talk to you since then? I think I did, right? Because I've got yeah, because we're talking about how far out the appointments are. February 19th
Mhm.
and March
Mhm.
26th. Really, that'll sneak up on me anyway, but I definitely needed to get more things in order before I go to see everybody and get everything going for my surgeries anyway, which I'm very afraid of also.
Oh no!
Okay, so, and there
Just
we
generally
go.
because it's surgery.
Do what? What'd you say?
Just generally because it's surgery.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Because I just need them to make sure that my heart is okay enough to be, put under, and then I'll be a little bit better about it. um, but because I'm not afraid of surgery recovery or anything like that. I just don't want to die on the table.
Right.
That would be bad. Okay.
Yeah.
But
As with many versions of me dying, I don't want that to happen.
say what?
As with many versions of me die, I don't want that to happen.
Come here. Come here. Get up here. Come on. Okay, go. Up. Georgia got her little bite too. I don't let the puppy dog go without. Oh, yeah, I feel really bad though right now. This sucks. I was like, I'm gonna talk to Wesley and maybe I can feel better. I do feel better, but I'm like ready to die. This is so stupid because I also feel it's not just my eye, but this is like the eye is taking precedence even over me being nauseated because it is bothering the hell out of me. It is very unhelpful that he has to be at work until really late. I'm going to knock myself out in the next 30 minutes. So,
Yeah.
like, he needs to be here by then so I can go to sleep.
In 30 minutes?
Yeah, well, like, I'm going to try and lay down in about 30 minutes. You know what I mean? And I would hope that he would be back by then. Crap. Y'all are being good, though. Good job, boo-boos. God.
Erica, just so you know, we were supposed to be doing Bánh Xèo tonight. Do you remember the episode that we did from Ho Chi Minh City where we ate Bánh Xèo? You don't have to.
Wait, with that woman there or no?
Woman? Oh,
Not the food tour thing. What was it?
no. No, this was when we went to, we were, let's see, we went and had snails at a snail place. And
Oh
then we were like,
yeah.
let's do another episode. And we went to do Bánh Xèo. And it was quite good. It was
Yes.
an alley in the middle of, nowhere. And there's this Bánh Xèo place, nothing else on the street. It was at a crossroads, and there was nothing down either street. It was completely dark and empty except there was one Bánh Xèo place, and it was packed. And it was really good, best I've ever had. Anyway, we were supposed to be doing that tonight, but I couldn't find the place. It just didn't exist anymore because it was a coffee shop. So I
Oh
was like, okay, and
no.
I just wandered around. And I finally landed on this place, and was like, okay, this is
Oh
good.
wait. Where it was is now a coffee shop. That nothing will ever compare to what I think was supposed to be some kind of transportation hub, but it was a fruit stand when you were stranded over the pandemic. Remember?
It was that whole street was a strip of, and probably is again now, a strip of bus companies, like where
Yeah.
they have little they have little storefronts. They sell tickets right there, and then the buses just pull up on the street, kind of like what we would call a Chinatown bus line. And yeah, and that's what it was normally. But since the pandemic had already been going on for 2 years or 2 years, I guess. Every one of them had shut down, and the only thing there was a fruit stand.
Yeah, that was insane. I was like, wow. Yeah, we're in a whole different world here. Of course, that's just them accommodating, diversifying, and doing whatever they can during a pandemic. But
Yeah.
what's funny is that's how Saipan is constantly, is just bereft of certain
Mhm.
things, or it has like unexplained anomalies everywhere. It's so pretty. Like if you're on the
Mhm.
center of Saipan when you were there, it was so pretty, right? But when you look to the outskirts, you're like, wow. I mean, am I in like a trailer park and the hood and like a little mix of everything? Like not in a bad way. It's just there's a lot of property there because it's freaking a forgotten like unloved child of the United States, even though it's prettier than anything here.
Right. Yeah. I still use a wallet. When I had to replace it soon, it fall apart. I still use a wallet that says "I love the Philippines," and predictably, you know where I got that? Not the Philippines.
Right. Well, the whole demographics of everybody there.
Yeah, but honestly, it's the same thing. I love walking into stores, the little shops, and the convenience stores on Saipan because you never knew what was going to be on the shelf or where it was going to be from. Korean,
Right.
Japanese, Philippines, Vietnamese, Malaysian.
And it's because I remember all those storefronts, they just took what they could get, right? And they probably got shipments for like super cheap from certain stuff and then they made do with it and then sold it, right? And that's
Yeah.
so everybody there is wearing or possessing something that's from all over the place, right? But
Hmm.
like there was nothing where you could go, I need to go and get this, and I need to get it at this store. It will be available at one of these stores right now, right? Because remember, you needed a
Hmm.
shower head, and they were like, well, I can order it. It'll be here in a month.
Right. Yeah, the most ordinary stuff you couldn't find. The most, unusual, even if the stuff wasn't unusual, just like where it was from. When I say from, I mean like it was intended to go there. Like the stuff from Malaysia. Well, it didn't say made in Malaysia. It had Malaysian writing on it. Like it was going to be sold there, but somehow it got off track and ended up in Saipan.
Wow. The history, that museum that you went to there was really nice. That was done well. There was that one big restaurant that looked kind of like Greek colors at, the white and bluish thing up on a hill. Maybe that was expensive one,
Oh
that
yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
That one, if the whole if the whole island would look like that and they promote it even somewhat, people would like the tourism would boom there. If they could turn that old casino into like um apartments on one part or like a hotel or like a spa resort. I don't know. There's so much stuff that could be done if money was ever put into the place, but it's not going to be because it would have to come from here. They're already working their way on destroying this nation here. So the little offshoot children don't even stand a chance, territories.
I was watching a video online, and take this with the grain of salt that comes with, but I was watching a video on the U.S. empire, and apparently we originally places like Saipan were actually called colonies. Not Saipan because they didn't come around until the 70s, but all the places that we acquired in the Spanish American War, we called them colonies originally.
Well, they definitely did take over Guam in like what 1917, though, right? Like nearby,
Okay.
because that's when they started outlawing the language there. And then when they screwed over Saipan, then they outlawed their language. And in turn, they put them in internment camps, the guys that fought alongside them.
Yeah, right. Sure did
Now,
that
I
thing.
remember all this stuff.
Probably not the best strategy for stuff, but yeah, that's right. It's actually a pretty interesting history. Saipan has an interesting history. Um, I'd say it starts in colonialism, but just from the arrival of the Spanish to Japanese,
Yeah,
Germans, Americans.
right. So that's why they're a mixed bag, but they're proud of what their particular heritage is before, all the colonizers and baddies that came there to harm them. But oh my God, I watched Tasting History with Mac Miller, and he mentioned the Chamorro people. And I was like, oh my God, he always asked for people to send, he only mentioned it in passing on another part of what he was talking about. But I was like, that would make a really good episode if he could talk about, remember how we learned about sugar there and stuff like that?
Mhm.
Talk about that or any of their specific Saipan oriented recipes, the history there. That would be a really good focus because he does a really good job of condensing but showing the import of certain things. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It seems good. That would be good. I'm gonna send him a little message and then he'll never look at it, but I will
let's
hope
put.
that he will. Vietnam though, um, I think that they're very interesting considering they haven't, from what I could tell, have they invaded anyone?
Um, Cambodia during the reign of Pol Pot.
Oh, well, well, Pol Pot's a bad guy, so okay. So have have they invaded? They never tried to invade anybody who was minding their own business. Is what I'm saying, right? So
That's right.
it just seems to me that Vietnam is I don't know about other countries enough to like compare it to anything. I just know that out of everywhere you've been and where I am now, uh, they didn't start nothing. is what I'm trying to say. But they sure as hell finished it. And they were like, get the hell out. And they endured and then they fought back and they have their own culture there, but they still welcome other cultures, but still maintain their identity. I really like Vietnam.
I'll be fine with staying here. I was saying earlier before you got on, when I was talking to the camera, that part of what I'm doing with this thing is just trying to figure out the next thing to do. Like, I don't particularly want to leave Vietnam, but I do love China, so I wouldn't be mad about going back to China. Um, yeah, I just don't know what the next step is, and maybe I need to stop worrying about it because when the opportunity presents itself, I'll make the decision.
Right. Like if you're
The wisdom
safe
of two
and
beers.
comfortable and you can still maintain over there while planning to get over to China, that would be good.
I mean, like I said, if I have to work, I'd rather work somewhere that pays decent money, which they do in China, especially in Nanning. It looks like it's a great option. But given my druthers, I would gladly make less money to be my own boss and be able to just, you know, collect up enough students for my own tutoring online. I'd rather do that, but
Right.
and I have a few now. I'm getting by now, but only by a slim margin. So I either need to build up so that I have a cushion or find a regular 9 to 5. um, but I don't have to do it today. But that's definitely going to be something that does. I did figure out I don't have to leave next month. I need to do another visa run. Oh, geez, I'm gonna have extremely low battery. I'm gonna have to say goodbye because the battery is out. My my reserve battery is dead because I did it one earlier today with Scott. So Erica, sorry to cut it short. We could pick this up
Okay.
again next
It's
week, I guess.
dying.
I'm at
Okay.
I'm at 8% and it's falling fast. All right, thanks for joining. Glad you could join.
Okay. Message me later.
Okay, we'll do. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.